No GPS, no sensors. What is this? 12M road grader. Looks like we just have one slope sensor, one GPS antenna. So they took the pole off for transport, put it back on, and then they lost everything. Try a factory reset on it. Come on, box. What you doing? Wake up. That's a slow box. Whew. You guys running base?
Yep.
Oh, we're right next to it. Look at that. Okay. GPS receiver not connected. So, could potentially have a cable issue. We'll have to test it. And that could be a good reason why we're not getting sensor. Again, GPS and sensors work off each other. Let's just cancel that. Let's go in. Cancel. Let's go in. It's kind of non-responsive. Okay. Interesting. You see how I'm touching this and it's like non-responsive? Nothing on blade slope, blade rotation, or main fall. So none of the sensors are connected. Okay. Alright, so first things first, we'll check voltage, make sure we have 5.0 volts there. Next place to check is down here. They would have disconnected here when they transported, because they have to take that pole off, they have to take this cable off, so they most likely would have disconnected here. So we can test voltage here as well. So let's see if we have it. Be sure to check out the pin in the actual antenna, make sure it's not broken or flared out. And same thing with this pin here, make sure you can feel it. And that one looks like it's right there. Alright, we'll test voltage. Alright, so no voltage at the antenna head, so we'll follow it down and we'll check its next connection. Again, at every connection, make sure both sides, the female and the male side, look good. Alright, let's check. Okay, no voltage here, so this one goes all the way back to the MCR3, and you can see it connected back there. So we'll check the MCR3 voltage coming out of the box. It's most likely something wrong with the main board. Yeah, absolutely no voltage coming out of this box whatsoever. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take it apart, take these A and B cables off, open it up, and see if I can't see something. Sometimes, if you notice this piece here, watch, it moves, and it shouldn't move like that. It may have just disconnected inside. I have to do that in the field, at least take a look at it and see. But most likely, because it's all red across the board here, most likely burnt up the main board somehow. Who knows, you know. Hence, no signal up here at all. So we'll turn this off, kill the power to the system, and no power. So we'll take this apart and take a look in there and see what we can see. Yeah, just to note, someone already had this open. I can feel these bolts are not technician tight. So I don't know if it was this company that did it, or, I mean, look at this, I can turn it with one hand. That's not snug at all. So if they did have this open trying to fix a problem, they may have caused other problems. We'll see if they got their antenna wire actually messed up. Now most of the time, if it's fried, like I said, you can see it right in here. Typically it'll be burnt out, but then again, if it's not burnt out there, you'll never find it. Let's take a look at that antenna cable there and see. It's this one here that we want to look at comes down, goes into the GPS board. Now that's secure, and that's secure. I don't know why they have two of them on here. Huh. I guess it, because the sensors are out too, it's probably not even worth trying to flip those GPS cards. I'm just smelling it. It smells like back plane board. Just make sure all these connectors are down, secure. Yeah, it looks connected back there on the GPS card. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a burnt out main board. I'm gonna try something real quick just to see if it's actually this connector issue. What I did is I just switched them. This one goes to the main. So what I did is I made it go to the auxiliary, and this is the auxiliary. I made it go to the main. So I'm gonna connect the GPS port to this one because it's connected to the main, and just see if that's not the issue to start. Because again, if you lose sensor, it could be a GPS issue. We'll find out here in a second. It's worth a test, but I'm pretty sure the main board's burnt out on it. Okay, let's give it a try like that. So I got this one connected to the main board, that port, just to isolate this as a problem, but I think it's more than that. We'll find out here in a second. Oh, we got green on sensor. We got green on sensor. We might be onto something there. See now? See that? Come on, baby. Show me what you got. I'm gonna get these people back to work. Yup. Come on. It is a chilly, rainy, cold day in North Carolina. I'm about, I don't know, I'm really close to Asheville, North Carolina, in the mountains. Wow, look how fast that guy's going. Woo, watch him slide. Holy cow, that was fast. Slippery out there too. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Did we just fix this or what? Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Mr. Machine Control Troubleshooter. Yeah. Sweet. Alright, let's put the box back together. I'm going to actually change this out. No, actually, I'm just going to leave that. Because I don't think I have one. I know I don't. So we'll just leave it on that port. I'll put it back together and they can get back to work. Alright, let's fire it back up. I buttoned it back up together. We got green sensor, so everything's good down there. Let's just check it for updates while I'm out here. You know, that's one of the things I do. Just make sure the equipment is 100% before I roll out. That means check the calibration, make sure they're cutting like they're supposed to be cutting, and check the firmware updates, 3DMC updates. Make sure they're 100%. Look at that. There we go. Green. 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 Come on. Come on. Green. Out of design area. That's a pretty nice sized project right there. Look at that. Nice. Alright, let's go in and just double check real quick. Oh yeah, they could be updated. That's 2016. Let's just check their firmware on their GPS. 4.1 2013. Woo-hoo. Oh yeah, they can use an update. Distance to base 13 feet. Oh, that's about right, isn't it? From that antenna to that antenna. Okay, so before we can update this, we have to check the serial number on it, because if it's ancient, it's a 1205. Okay, so we should be able to update this without too many issues. All right, so let's do that. Yeah, let's do this box a favor, and this GX60, we're going to load in the new 12.2.535, and we're going to update the firmware to 4.8, which they have 2013. I mean, that's old. I'm surprised they're still hitting satellites. Honestly, that's pretty old. Look at how beautiful this is. My goodness. Beautiful country up here. All right, now if you're running a road grader, you need precisions, right? You need updated firmware. You need the latest and the greatest, everything that you can possibly get. First thing first, let's calibrate this screen, because oh my goodness. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's just go to my computer, go down to my flash drive. Let's load this new 3DMC. Are you opening or what? Hello? Hello, GX60. Earth to GX60. Wow. Come on. You can do it. The program is not responding. Okay. Well, let's just restart it then. These GX60 boxes are funny like that. Alright, let's let that sit for 10 seconds. Maybe we ought to start with firmware first. I don't know. Oh, they don't like flash drives in while they're starting up. I'm gonna delete their site data as well, because oh my goodness, when it's bogged down that much, it's usually site data issues. See how many programs are on there. That's a slow box right there, very slow. Alright, I'll bring you back when this thing starts to do something. Alright, as you see, there is no TopCon receiver utility on here, so we're going to have to put it on in order to update that antenna. That's probably why it's never been updated. So we'll do that first. I'm going to have to hold down on it. Interesting, nothing's wanting to load. This might be the reason why it's not updated. This box doesn't want to load anything. We'll just let it sit for a while, see what Windows cannot access specified device. interesting. Doesn't want to take anything, this box. I guess that's why it has never been updated. Does this thing have a modem? That's the question. Nope. No modem. So I guess we're not going to remote into it. Yeah, look at that. Just does not want to take anything. Weird. It's probably the USB port issue. That USB port driver probably needs to be updated. Alright, so this machine, this device, will not take anything off a flash drive. So what I'm doing is I went into my flash drive, USB, copied it, and then pasted into C drive. And that's what I'm doing now. So I'm going to see if I can run it from C drive and at least update the 3DMC and see if it will take it. So it's the only other option we have right now. If it doesn't take it, we're going to have to talk about other issues, upgrading the box. And just as a reminder, before you do anything with one of these older GX60 boxes, save everything you can. Save, go into display, modify, save that display ID, export it, and also save it on your flash drive. Save the TopCon folder, save the machine control folder, save the project, save everything you can on your flash drive, because these things, when you start to try to update them, especially one that hasn't been updated in a very long time, things can go very bad real fast with updates, so save what you can. Alright, those truck drivers are having a blast out there coming down this little bit of hill. It is slick. It is slick out there for sure. That's a big pile of dirt. Alright, so here we go. We have saved it in C drive. Let's see if it loads. Just give it about 10 minutes and see what happens. There it goes. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Awesome. Alright, good. Whew. Had me worried there for a minute. There it goes. Beautiful. That's a start. Alright, let's go in and see if that update made it. And then we'll have to try loading true and updating the firmware for the GPS at the same time. So we'll have to do it the same way. Just go to View, About. Don't act funny on me now. Come on. There it is. Alright, excellent. So 3DMC is updated. Now we'll try True and firmware. Alright, so I had to do the same thing with True. I had to actually put it into the C drive. We'll hold down on it, open it, and see if it opens. Window cannot access. Cannot access. Still cannot access. Nope, it's not going to take it. Not going to take it. Alright, let's do this. Come on, this thing is so sensitive. When I click on it once, it thinks I'm holding it down twice. So we'll cut. Let's go to desktop if we can find it on this old box. Actually, let's go into my documents. We'll put it in there. Let's Let's try it from here. Nope, it's not going to take it. Alright, we're not going to be able to update GPS firmware, but we did get new 3DMC in here, so that's a good start for them. That'll help them out, speed things up a little bit, but you still need that GPS firmware updated on a regular basis, or else you're going to have a hard time with your GPS, especially one that old, 2013. Good grief. Alright, we're going to call it quits on this one. When we came here, we conquered, and that's it. They need to delete some files. It's a very slow box. Let's make sure it's on the same project. Make sure their surface is selected and updated. Make sure their surface is active. Alright. Let's just go in and take a quick peek at their Is that a 12-foot blade? That seems a little small to me. 12 foot seems a little large. I don't know. Interesting. Alright. Now let's just play with it a little bit. See if we can get that at 0. See if that makes sense. Alright, that's 0 right there. And that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to throw a level on it real quick and just make sure. I can't tell you how many times I come out to a piece of equipment, something that should be fine grading, and I put the blade on 0 in the machine, and I get a 2.8 reading. This is a 2.8, and it should be 0. A simple check like that, it should be something they do on a regular basis. If you have a grader or a dozer, you should be checking this on a regular basis. That's way off. Alright, one of the things you have to do with a single GPS unit is drive it around a little bit and then recheck. If you're getting the same reading, then you know you need to fix that, and we are getting the same reading, so we'll have to straighten out this blade for them, put it back at 0. Alright, that's a 0 blade right there. Look what it's reading, negative 2.5, 2.6. Do them a favor. Bam. Alright, blade rotation. That 0 is really big, so just get it to 0 and make sure it looks right. You can go through the trouble and checking both sides, but that looks right. I mean, you can go pretty much, I don't know, like 6 inches off the corner and still be in 0, so I find the limit. That's negative 1. Bam, that's 0. That looks good to me. Alright, so these guys are good. Just can't update the firmware, unfortunately, but they can get back to work. So I went through with the operator and we deleted a whole bunch of old files. They had a D6N on there, an excavator on there, machine files and all that. Old projects that didn't even belong to this company. Stuff just wearing down on that box, that GX60 from operating, and we actually increased the speed. I deleted site data, which everywhere that equipment goes, it stores that site data, and you know, might as well just start over fresh and give it something new to look at, right? So it has to search through all that information before it finds where it actually is. So back in the old day, we used to defragment disks. We don't defragment anymore, we just delete. So that's running a lot better. He can get back to work.